Good day, respected judges. We Team Amerta, I am Titi, together with my friends Sabila and Sukma, and today we are presenting our solution. The right development support, optimizing there is MSME's development resource. There is actual annual report has stated that BRE already has varied programs. We begin with one key question. What is actually preventing BRE from creating greater impact for MSMEs? After analyzing the case, we found that the challenge is not the lack of development programs, but ensuring that the right development support reaches the right MSMEs at the right time. To answer that question, we conducted a root cause analysis. Our issue 3 shows that BRE faced three interconnected strategy challenges. First, capacity building. Second, market access. And third, social value creation. Many MSMEs still have limited business capabilities, while others struggle to access market and compete effectively. At the same time, BRE must continue expanding financial inclusion and supporting underserved communities. Because these three dimensions are interconnected, focusing on only one creates trade-off. Therefore, the real challenge is how BRE allocates its development resources. From this diagnosis, we identified three key insights. First, MSME development cannot be solved through a single intervention. Second, BRE already has a strong development ecosystem. Therefore, the challenge is not adding more programs, but allocating existing resources more effectively according to MSME's needs. We then map the interests of various key stakeholders. First, the government expects stronger financial inclusion, and the investor expects sustainable growth. MSMEs needs financing and business development, while Mentri need clear priorities and practical tools. Therefore, the recommended strategy must balance these different expectations rather than focusing on only one objective. Based on the stakeholder expectation, we established that four decision criteria. First, business sustainability. Second, financial inclusion. MSME development impact and execution feasibility. Those criteria become the basis of our multi-criteria decision analysis, allowing us to evaluate its strategies, alternatives, objectively, and identify the approach that delivers the greatest overall fit for BM.
Before presenting our recommendation, it is important to highlight that BRE already has a comprehensive MSME development ecosystem, as shown in this table. It summarizes BRE's development pillars, existing capabilities, and strategic roles, including financing programs, monthly empowerment initiatives, digital platforms such as Beerspot and Link UMKM, and market development programs like Brilliantpreneur. Therefore, BRE's key challenge is not creating new capabilities or programs, but optimizing how these existing resources are allocated to support MSMEs at different development stages. Based on the case, Arini's division considers two strategic alternatives, which is a supply-oriented strategy that strengthens MSME capabilities through mentoring and literacy, and a demand-oriented strategy that expands market access through Link UMKM, Brilliantpreneur, and BuyerLink Ace. Using multi-criteria decision analysis with four decision criteria, we found that supply performs better overall, while demand delivers greater MSME development impact. Therefore, we propose an adaptive resource allocation framework which combines the strengths of both approach and achieves the highest overall score of 4.9 out of 5, as shown in this table. Our recommendation is built on four implementation assumptions. Beerspot can support the framework without developing a new platform. Mantri receives the necessary training. Existing MSME development programs remain available, and the recommendation focus on optimizing resource allocation rather than introducing new organizational structures or programs. To put this framework into practice, we designed a four-stage operating model. It starts by identifying each MSME's development needs, then matching those needs with the most appropriate intervention. Those interventions are delivered through BRI's existing ecosystem, while BRISPOT support the entire process by providing decision support, recommendations, and monitoring. Finally, through a continuous feedback loop, MSME progress is continuously evaluated so development priorities and future interventions can be refined. This allows BRI to deliver the right intervention to the right MSME at the right stage of development.
Once the operating model is established, the next step is ensuring its consistent executions. Therefore, we design an operational roadmap that transforms our recommendations into continuous development cycle. And then although the roadmap is presented sequentially, implementation is continuous rather than linear. BRI doesn't wait for all MSME to complete one stage before moving to the next stage. Instead, different MSME progress through different stages simultaneously according to their development needs. And then, to measure the success of our strategy, we align the KPI with the same decision criteria used in MCDA analysis. This aims to ensure that our strategy is evaluated consistently across 4 dimensions, among them business sustainability, financial inclusion, MSME development impact, and execution feasibility. And also, we identified 5 key implementation risks. The first 3 related to diagnosis quality, monthly adoptions, and data accuracy. Another risk is limited availability of recommended development programs, which can address the utilizing alternative acquisition programs and strengthening ecosystem partnership. We also identified resource allocation trade-off as an avoidable risk because not every MSME requires the same intervention. Therefore, BRI should manage its risk through transparent allocation criteria and value. Finally, to conclude, our recommendations, our analysis shows that BRI challenge is not the lack of development programs, but how existing MSME development resources are allocated. Instead of choosing between capability building, market access, or social value creations, our recommendations ensure that each MSME receive the right intervention at the right stage and in the right proportions. Through adaptive resource allocation framework, BRI can optimize its existing ecosystem, strengthen business sustainability and financial inclusion, while accelerating MSME upgrade without creating new development programs. That concludes our analysis. We believe these recommendations enables BRI to create greater business and social impact through smarter resource allocations. Thank you.